if I'm playing on big stages, yeah, my hand is sometimes shaking. So yeah, that also development tour became harder and harder because there are so much good players now at the moment. Yeah, one of the most disappointments moments I think in my life was maybe last year November. I don't want to talk about it, but yeah, sometimes yeah, things like that happen.
Probably end of the year.
I hope, but first the Grand Slam of darts, so I'm looking forward to play on that stage.
Hey,
yeah.
he switched on, isn't he?
Yeah.
I can smell some redemption in the air. I really can.
Hello, welcome along to the Tungsten Talk here at the MODUS Super Series, where we delve into the careers and pathways of some of the players that play here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. And I'm happy to say that we're joined today alongside Jurjen van der Velde, joins myself and Paul Nicholson here in the studio. Jurjen, great to see you. First of all, I just want to talk about your season so far in 2025 and how you feel things are going so far.
I think my start was quite good. I think I'm now sixth on the development tour, so that still gives still a spot on this year's World Championship. And for next year's UK Open, so yeah, I'm thinking playing good at the moment, and yeah, hopefully, keeps true. Keeps going on, yeah.
Absolutely, because I can imagine it was a very interesting season for yourself. Obviously, dropping off the Pro Tour at the end of last year. So, what was kind of the initial goals when it came to January? Obviously, the tour card was one of them, but once you realised you were going to be playing at the secondary level in 2025, what were your kind of thoughts about what you wanted to do this season?
Yeah, of course. I played a few times already on the Challenge Tour, and I won 2 or 3, I think. So yeah, I know what it is to play on that. But yeah, it's still a good standard of darts. So yeah.
Because it is very interesting, obviously, when we see players, and particularly young players, that have had that initial spell and that time on the Pro Tour, then dropping back down to this kind of level. It's always interesting to see how they kind of get on the first 6 months or so.
Yeah, absolutely. I've said for many years now that because there are different levels of PDC darts now, and there are obviously other systems around the world that you can utilize, depends on where you're from. Even if you can't stay at the top level on the PDC Pro Tour, there's nothing wrong with taking a step back and trying something different to grow as a player, to get other experiences. For instance, when you come here, you play so many games in front of the lenses, it actually makes you feel more comfortable playing in front of TV cameras, and it makes you ready for doing it more in the future. So if you can have success at this level and rebound going back to the Pro Tour, you should be stronger as a player.
How have you found playing in the Super Series?
Yeah, of course, it's my first time on this stage, but yeah, I really enjoyed it on that stage, and yeah, this week it's a good standard to play, and yeah, let's see what happens tonight then. Yeah.
What particularly have you enjoyed about playing on that stage?
I think I was in Group A with Steve Beaton, of course, so that's a legend of the game, and yeah, I won him first of one match against him, so yeah, that's of course that's good. But yeah, the whole week, the whole group H it's a good standard, and I think I'm now in Group B, but that's a crazy group with this players. So yeah.
The interesting thing is, Jurjen's very young. Even when I was a kid, I was 16 when Steve Beaton became world champion, and I'm thinking, watching this on BBC television, maybe one day I'll meet Steve Beaton. That would be nice. Little did I know that I actually get to play against the guy on many, many stages. So when you fast forward even more years to when Jurjen is born and he starts watching darts and he sees Steve Beaton in the PDC, he's probably thinking, I'm never going to play against this guy. Played against him this week. It just goes to show the age gap is just numbers. Paul Lim, Shane McGurk at the WDF World Championship Final. It's a great story because of the age gap and what this sport can do. And when you've got people like Jurjen taking on Steve Beaton, that's what the sport can provide.
Where did darts begin for you? Where did you first pick up a set of darts?
I think that was the World Match Play in July. I saw a match between Phil Taylor and Terry Jenkins, and I thought, I want to hit a 180, so I started playing darts. And yeah, this is the story where I'm now. Yeah, I think, yeah.
I think I remember that game. It was a really close game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had some great battles at the match play, but if you're not inspired when you see a game like that, I suppose darts is not for you, but obviously darts was for you.
Do you know very quickly that you were good? Did you get that feeling straight away, yeah, I'm good at this game?
No, I heard it from some people. First, I started playing darts. I was practicing on my bedroom, and I want to play some tournaments, but I was still 12, 13 or something like that. So yeah, if you're going to a local pub or something, the tournament starts at 8 o'clock and is finished around 2 in the night or something like that. But I saw someone was organizing a tournament, a youth tournament. I saw it on Facebook, so I asked my mom, can we go to there? So yeah, we went to that tournament, and I won the first tournament where I played. I won, and I hit maybe 1 or 2 180s, and every dart was almost every dart I was nervous, but yeah, I won it. And the man who was organizing the tournament said, you need to go to the Dutch rankings, and yeah, I did, and yeah, so it starts.
You mentioned your mum took you. Darts is very much in the family blood, isn't it?
Yeah, only my sister is playing playing darts, but she's also a good women's player. A few years ago she was a girl player, but she's now playing the women's series, and it's now a bit lower because she is busy with school and things like that. But yeah, I hope she will be back on the women's series. Yeah.
There's a lot of stories about these, isn't there? These great big family dynamics when it comes to the game. Obviously, we've had Josh and James Richardson here in the past. Obviously, we've heard the story with the Ashtons as well previously. It's a thing that we're seeing more and more often in the game.
If you dig a little bit deeper into this sport, there's a lot of families who have lots of members of their families playing. And this is how people get into the sport. It's actually quite rare these days to find someone who just gets into it on their own. It's usually a parent, a brother, a sister, a cousin, someone who plays and gives them the idea of doing it. However, I think moving forward, that might change because people are being inspired by what happens on the internet, on social media, in these big tournaments that are being won by the likes of Humphreys and Littler, because people want to do what they're doing. And there's a fast track system to get you into what you want to do these days. And it's just nice to have all of these different routes for young players to come and do what they want to do.
In terms of yourself, is that actually quite a healthy thing, the fact that it's a family game, that you, your sister, the whole family's involved? Is it a nice, healthy thing for yourself?
My sister's playing that, and I think it's a good thing. The whole family of the whole needs to be behind you to support you and make your dreams come true. So I think that's one of the things the darts player need.
You need that support system. It's a very important thing.
Darts is a lonely sport. When you win, you ultimately go back to a hotel room. If you're not sharing with someone, you sit there on your own and you think about, wow, I've just won a tournament. But most of the time, you don't win a tournament. You go back to a hotel room and you're on your own with your own thoughts. It's important that you have someone to call on, whether it's a family member, a friend, or even some of your friends on the tour. If you don't have that, this can become a very solitary and lonely business. But if you've got a family like Jurjen has, a sister that understands, a mum who understands the rigors of the tour, when you have bad times, you can lean on them to help you move forward.
Right, we're going to take a short break, and when we return, we're going to talk a little bit more with Jurjen on the Tungsten Talk. Welcome back to the second part of the Tungsten Talk. We have Jurjen van der Velde with us in the studio this evening to talk about his career so far. Let's talk about some of the achievements, some of the accomplishments. And I want to talk about the Youth World Masters win in 2018. That must be a very proud one for yourself down in Bridlington. I say down in Bridlington, it's a long way up from where we are, but over at the Spa.
Yeah, I think it was in 2018 against Keenberry. It's almost 7 years ago this year. But yeah, there was I won earlier this year. I won the Europe Cup Youth also against Keenberry. So yeah, and I was back on the stage against him again, and yeah, this time it was best of 7. But yeah, that was an amazing feeling to win the title and to win a big title like that, because it was almost one of the last times it called the Wim World Masters. So yeah, that was a big win for me. Yeah.
How old were you at the time?
16. Yeah, 16. I think. Yeah, 15. Yeah.
So this was like your first real, I suppose, breakthrough moment, wasn't it?
Yeah. There was a big win for me, and yeah, it's always nice to play on a stage like that. And yeah, it was also nervous. I am how can I say that? I am a quiet man maybe, but if I'm playing on big stages, my hand is sometimes shaking. So also when I was under 18, I had it a few times also in that Euro Cup Youth final. But yeah, I won it, and yeah.
And then it was kind of the rest of the issue, because you kind of turned that win into loads of other wins, particularly on the development tour.
I won due to coronavirus after 1 or 2 years after that. Yeah, it was quite hard maybe to play in that system, because I was 16 when I was playing in the youth, and then you need to go in one time to go to the men's tournament, so of the over 18. So that was sometimes it was hard to do, but yeah.
And then that development tour was that route towards the tour card. 2022, you finished second on that particular order of merit. What do you remember from that particular season?
Yeah, it was in 2022. So it was after the corona, I think. Yeah.
The year after, yeah.
Yeah. Of course, I'm playing a good season in that year, but that's also development tour became harder and harder because there are so much good players now at the moment who do the JDC and people who are organizing youth tournaments. So you have so much talents at the moment. So in 2022 it was maybe a bit easier, but at the moment there are so much young Dutch not only Dutch stars, but so much stars who developing themselves. So the development tour is really good for youth players. Yeah.
And we're seeing that assembly line. And actually, I remember in 2022, we kind of get signs in the media about players that are doing well, and we got a lot of reports very early on that year about you.
Yeah, absolutely. Every level that Jurjen's been in, he's succeeded. So local in the Netherlands, looking to national in the Netherlands, Junior Darts Corporation, development tour, obviously going to the Pro Tour and having a little bit of a sample and some experience of playing with the big guys. But I think this step back is ideal for him at this time. He's had disappointment, obviously, in his career so far, but succeeding at this level, I think, is inevitable, because a bounce back with his mentality and his talent, there's going to be a bounce back towards the Pro Tour, and it shouldn't be rushed. I think the important thing is just to enjoy where he is right now, but wherever he goes, he succeeds. And he has a great attitude. I can't wait to see what he does next.
Paul mentions that there was some disappointments, as naturally there is, aren't there? But when you have a career such as yourselves, I suppose you kind of have to take that rough with the smooth, don't you? The high points, the really good points, with some of the more disappointing kind of the low moments, I suppose.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah, one of the most disappointments moments I think in my life was maybe last year's November. I don't want to talk about it, but yeah, sometimes yeah things like that happen, and yeah I need to go further. So yeah, the first days after that I thought sometimes about it. Yeah, normally I always hit at tops, and it's but yeah sometimes things like that happen. So yeah, I need to go further and don't stop at that moment, but go through.
As you say, you don't want to
Keep
talk
going, yeah.
about that, and that's absolutely fine. But I suppose when you do go through those moments, is that almost something that, as horrible as it is at the time, but then moving forward, is it something that can inspire you, or something you kind of use as a motivational tool?
Yeah, of course, yeah. Because yeah, I missed that match, I missed doubles, and so that's for me the motivation to practicing harder, to don't let that, don't do that again. So yeah, that's inspires me a lot to play more, to play better, practice harder. Yeah.
What's really important here is the knowledge that if you look through the history of the World Youth Championship finals, is that not everybody who wins it is a success. But you look at the people who have been runners-up, there's a lot of success in there. Look at Nathan Aspinall. He didn't win, Max Hopp won. What's Max gone on to do compared to Nathan Aspinall? One person's been in the Premier League, one of them hasn't been in the Premier League yet. So making it to that final in itself is a victory, because there are people who are vastly talented who have never made it to that championship match. There are great NFL teams who've never won a Super Bowl but have made it to the Super Bowl, and that should be an achievement in itself. I think that's the message we need to communicate here.
Michael van Gerwen, of course, was in the final a couple of times without success twice, then three-time world champion.
Yeah.
Overall, in terms of your couple of years on tour, how do you look back on it now?
On the, what do you mean?
In
Pro
terms
Tour
of the Pro
or-
Tour, how do you find your 2 years as a tour card holder?
I think I started playing on the Pro Tour when I was 19 or something like that. But yeah, the first few games I played was only against legends, Steve Beaton, Raymond van Barneveld, and I both beat them in the first weekend. So yeah, that was already a big win for me, and I think on that moment, the last year when I had the tour card, it was quite hard, I think, and I didn't play my own game. So, but what Paul already said, sometimes you need to go one step back to become stronger the next time, and I think and I hope I'm doing that right now.
Can I ask, who was your idol growing up? Who was the player that you looked at and you really was that one player you really liked? That your favourite player growing up?
Gary Anderson, I think. Yeah, Gary Anderson, Steve Beaton with one of the smoothest throw in the world, I think. And yeah, it's amazing to see. Yeah.
So is that quite when you played him here this week? That must have been quite something for you.
Yeah. When he hit a 1-5-4 against me, I missed 3 darts to go just 1-4 to go 3-1 up, and he hits a 1-5-4. Yeah, that's only respect for him, and I like darts. I'm playing darts because I love the game, and things like that. Yeah, sometimes it's happened for me. It's maybe not the best moment, but I like that when people do hits a finish like this and a legend like that do that. Yeah,
I think it's really important that some players who have a hero, say for instance Luke Littler is your favourite player. If you get the chance to play against that person, you just go for it. Doesn't matter whether you win or lose, it's having the chance to play and to be in that moment. I was lucky enough to play Dennis Priestley at the World Championship. It will forever be the most important game of my life. Didn't matter that I won, the fact that I was in that moment. There could have been, a meteor coming to Earth. I wouldn't have cared, because in those 2 hours, that was for me and that was for Dennis. I love the fact that he's had this chance to play against Steve this week, because if you get a chance to play against some of your heroes, grasp it and do your best and enjoy it.
Finally, what's the future looking like? What do you want to kind of get out of the rest of the season?
Yeah, of course, the development tour and challenge tour this year. I should go to some VDF events, but this weekend it's in Belgium, so I should go, but I'm playing on MODUS now, so I couldn't go. So I think only the development tour and challenge tour, and of course the local competition and tournaments, and practicing.
Ali Pally end of the year.
I hope, but first the Grand Slam of darts. So I'm looking forward to play on that stage.
He switched on, isn't he?
Yeah.
I can smell some redemption in the air. I really can.
Yeah. Great to chat to you. Thank you so much for your time. Nico, thank you as ever. Thank you for watching the latest edition here of the Tungsten Talk.